logic tells us if we read among people who have been very successful, that they do not believe that you can manage, direct, and control another entity. Then we always try to find experts of companies that are at the forefront of what's going on. And Bechtel's a very big company. Right? And you can see what their boss said about project performance. But this is even more interesting. There's a group called PMI, and there's another group called IPMA, and they're really both are great organizations. Right? But this expert from the IPM group wanted to know why project performance wasn't increasing with all this education that groups are paying for. And they finally came up with the conclusion that education is not effective in increasing project performance. We also find out that things like knowledge management, knowledge transfer, a lot of these, quote, PM concepts, right, that they're putting out there, like, that require collaboration and trust, more trust, are actually not working well. And the entire time, because of the way the economy is going, the projects are getting bigger and more complex. And being in this area, researching this for so many years, we began to realize that we cannot solve the problem by making it more complex and putting more project managers on the project. So some of you may be familiar with some of these approaches. Integrated project delivery, IPD, partnering, alliance contracting, private-public partnerships called PPP, and it's different names for this, but it's where the vendors put up the capital to do the project. And what we are finding out is that legal issues have followed these approaches. And large general contractors now have minimized their participation in these projects. Top of the list, Fluor. What Fluor was going on in Fluor, evidently the operational people thought that turnover was the important thing. So they're actually low bidding potential contracts, which they ended up getting. When they actually got on the project, the low bid wasn't accurate. But even before they got into problems, the company was giving commissions off of turnover. So if they got a project, all the higher ups are getting commissions off of this. And so by the time the project actually hit problems, guess where the commission check was? It was in someone's bank account. Many of you have heard that Fluor has lost a tremendous amount of money and had to completely relook at how they got into projects and which projects that they would work on now and which ones they would absolutely not touch. Fluor isn't the only large organization to find this out. There are many others. What makes Fluor so interesting is the board of directors at Fluor looked at the laws and said, what's going on here? Somebody's doing something wrong. The board actually sued the executives and directors, alleging that it was a form of fraud. Amazing. And it actually is, if you assume that the people running this whole, quote, way of doing business actually were, quote, intentionally and fraudulently doing this. My proposal is they weren't. My proposal is they didn't know any different. This has been going on for years and years. And every once in a while, when it goes too far and there's extenuating circumstances, things happen, and everybody wants to know, why did we allow that to happen? It's because this system that was set up by professionals can't tell the difference. So they keep on doing it because they don't know which one causes risk, which one doesn't cause risk. And they're always hoping that life will be better in the future.